10-man Liverpool make the fans grin after a late brace from Darwin. The next player to go could be the club talisman. And the captain's rant could likely lead to a lengthy ban. The good, the bad and the ugly at Liverpool FC for EPL game week number 3. Brought to you from the LFC file. So welcome back one and all for the latest episode of The Good, the Bad and the Ugly at Liverpool FC, brought to you by the LFC file and yours truly, Ben Green. Again, thanks for the continued support, for the new subscribers and of course for all the views and likes from last week's and well, all the previous episodes as well. So thanks very much for that. Remember, if you'd rather read, then of course the blog is available on Facebook, Instagram, and of course X, formerly known as Twitter. So yeah, thanks a lot for stopping by, and without further ado, let's get straight into it with the good. And this of course can only be yesterday's fantastic 2-1 win over Newcastle United. And of course, Liverpool being Liverpool, it didn't come without a fair amount of drama. And this of course happened after Liverpool gave away an early goal, as seems to be the norm these days. A mistake from Trent Alexander-Arnold let the ex-Blue Nose Gordon in to fire home. And then of course, to add insult to injury, captain Virgil van Dijk gets himself sent off. I didn't think the tackle was that bad, actually, to be honest. It's one of those, it's a 50-50. What I didn't like was the reaction. Of course, it was a crap decision, but yeah, the reaction we'll come on to a bit later. And after that, of course, yeah, Liverpool were left chasing the game with 10 men, although in all honesty, I think they actually played a bit better with 10 men than they do with 11, if the truth be told. Liverpool played very well. Newcastle, of course, tried to take advantage. And as we see here from Richard Jolly in The Independent with his headline, Darwin Núñez provides a rescue act and a reminder when Liverpool needed it most. And of course, cometh the hour, cometh the man. And Darwin Núñez was on hand with a late brace, 2 marvellous finishes into the bottom left across the goalkeeper, textbook stuff really, and it was nice to see those go in. So yeah, good performance, very late. Mr. Jolly goes on to mention last August it was Darwin Núñez who lost his head. A year on as Liverpool's captain and vice-captain, led by the wrong sort of example, and as they threatened to unravel at Newcastle, Núñez served as rescuer, and rescue us he did. So great result. There's a mention Klopp, I saw in another headline. He said it's one of the most extraordinary games. It's very similar result to what Liverpool had against Aston Villa. I seem to recall at Villa Park a couple of years ago. It was 1-0 until I think injury time, and Liverpool ended up winning 2-1. So it's not completely unheard of. It is something that we've done before. To be honest, I'd rather it's something we don't make a habit of. Moving swiftly on. The bad. Apparently there is in the offing a potential bid of £80 million reportedly from Moneybags Saudi Pro League outfit Al Ittihad, who have already snapped up the likes of Fabinho. Yeah, it's money that I think FSG wouldn't turn down. They paid, I think, 40 million or something like this for Salah. I don't think there are many businesses where you're going to get 100% return on your investment, and especially having made arguably that amount of value during the time that you've had it in terms of the Champions League, Premier League, Club World Cup, the list goes on. According to Harry Sherlock at Goal, A twist in the tail. Mohamed Salah tells Liverpool he wants to accept mammoth offer from Al Ittihad as Saudi set a deadline. So yeah, this is an interesting one, and I think it's money that Liverpool potentially don't want to turn down. And that brings us swiftly on to the ugly, and of course, as I referred to earlier, this has got to be Virgil van Dijk's reaction to being sent off. And as we know, the scenes, very unsavoury, and it's something which the referees are supposed to be cracking down on. Crowding around the referee, it wasn't quite that bad, but of course Virgil van Dijk, as you would expect, was pretty incensed by the decision, and as he called the referee, he said the decision was a fucking joke. And as Dan Marsh in the Mirror reports here, Jürgen Klopp forced to intervene after Virgil van Dijk's furious blast at fourth official. Liverpool manager Virgil van Dijk, Jürgen Klopp stepped in to keep the peace on the touchline after his captain Virgil van Dijk was shown a red card in the first half against Newcastle. Yeah, was it a red card? I wouldn't have thought so, to be honest. When you look at the angles from the replays, when it was head on, it looked like he definitely clattered him. When you look from the side, you can see he got the ball, but I think he'd already made contact by then. And of course, I think it was Isaac. He's definitely going to make a meal of that. Yeah, not ideal, not great. And of course, the captain now is going to serve a 3-match ban, possibly longer, I've seen as well. Yeah, we move on. And before we wrap up, a quick look at the fantasy football team. Not a good result this week, just 32 points. The average was 44, and I usually try and get above average if possible. I bought Bueno in. Poor decision, he's only got a couple of points this week. And Haaland, everybody's go-to captain, only got 8 points, and that was with the double as well. So not good reading. So I'll wrap it up there. Thanks a lot for coming by. Remember, like, subscribe, press the notification bell so you get an alert when the next podcast comes out. And of course, as usual, you can follow the blog on Facebook, Instagram, and X. Thanks again. Take care all, stay safe, and until next week, the LFC file.